My name is Roline. I am the founder and wedding planner here at 4 Hour Luxury Events, and I am based in Old Trafford, Manchester, UK. And for me, I offer wedding planning service for the busy professional couples to help plan their dream wedding from start to finish. Today, I am speaking on factors that you need to consider when you're choosing your venue. You know that the venue is the most important element of your wedding planning. So it's very important that you think carefully. So it is very important that you think carefully of the type of venue that you want for your wedding. Do the research. If not, you can also hire a wedding planner to help you shortlist the venue options for you to make the process much easier. One thing that I'm going to say is that it's okay to visit the venue more than once, 3, 4 times, just to ensure that you get that feeling inside that this is the perfect venue for you. So it's okay to do this. So here are the factors that you need to consider when you're deciding on your venue. Number one, you need to decide, is it available on your wedding day? If the venue is not available, then obviously you cannot have this venue. If you love it and you feel like this is the one, I do suggest getting in contact with them as soon as possible, or contacting your wedding planner and letting them know that I found the venue, this is what I want to book, and get that solved. If you don't book it, if they're not available for that day, then there's obviously you cannot have it there. And I would say to have a minimum of 3 dates, actually maximum, because you don't want to have too many dates confusing yourself, but a maximum of 3 dates, 3 dates that are really important to you. They mean so much to the both of you. Like, even if one is not available, choosing one of the two wouldn't be a problem. So that would be one of my advice in terms of your choosing your date. And when you're thinking about the availability, also consider in the peak seasons and the weekends. So you know that these would most likely be sold out because they are in high demand. So the next thing that you need to consider is the size. Can they accommodate? Can they host your wedding? If you have a wedding of 200 people and the venue, you need to have clear communication that this is the amount of people that they can hold for a ceremony or for a reception. If they're trying to squeeze it out, then that venue is not for you. So ensure that you have the exact amount of people that this venue can hold. If they have multiple rooms, find out which room can do the ceremony, which room can do the reception, and if there's outdoor space for the reception, can you have a marquee set up, and things like that. So you need to consider that. The next one would be your location and proximity. It is very important, especially for your guests and family that will be coming to the wedding. How far is it from where they're coming from? Is it easy accessible for them to get to? So definitely consider that for them. So in terms of proximity, if you're getting ready somewhere else, is this venue an easy route for you to get to? How long will it take for you to get from where you're getting dressed to the ceremony or the reception location if they're not in the same location? So do consider that as well. The next one will be your accessibility. What access do you have on your wedding day? So when you go and visit this venue, you ask these questions. So on the day, what kind of access do I have? Do I have access to the bridal suite, the lounge area for your bridal party to just, relax and chill for them while, waiting for the wedding to get ready? Or is it somewhere for you to get ready in on the day? Or for your setup, can your suppliers come a day before, 2 days before, depending on what type of wedding you're having, to do setups and installation? You need to ask all of these questions regarding your accessibility. And of course, if you have disabled guests, are they wheelchair accessible for your guests? If not, you need to consider. So can your suppliers have the early access to set up? How long do you have the venue for? Make sure that is cleared out in your contract. And so, can you extend if you need be? Is there any additional cost? So, do ask all of these questions when you go and visit your venue. And also, is there parking accessibility for you and your guests? Is there a fee? Is it included? Is there nearby parking? All of these are very important for you. The next thing you need to consider is this a dry hire or all inclusive? Dry hire meaning that you just rent the venue and you will have to bring in everything to transform that space. So if it's a dry hire, then you know you have to bring in everything. If it's inclusive, what is included are chairs, tables, linens, cutleries, glassware. Find out every detail of what is included. If that is a all-inclusive venue that you're getting. So that's really straightforward of what you need to consider. And if there's any recommendation is any preferred suppliers that they work with, you can ask that as well. Or can you bring an additional set of suppliers that you want to work with? Do they offer, do they do an extra charge for that? So they may charge the suppliers a commission fee for using their facility for this wedding. The next thing you need to think about is restrictions. You know, what you can and cannot do at the venue. What about candles? Can you do nailing, draping at the venue? Do they allow confettis at the venue? Noise restriction. That's very important for you to ask. If you're going to have music or DJ, is there noise restriction? What time do you need to stop playing, your music? So consider all of these in terms of your decor. What type of decor do they allow? Be clear and have open communication of what you want for your wedding, what you envision for your wedding. So that way, your planning experience can be seamless and beautiful and memorable. So that is why I'm bringing you all of these tips to consider when you're choosing your venue. And the final one, actually no, not the final one, but this one here is your pricing policy. That's very important. You need to make sure that this venue is, within your budget or you can afford it. If there are any additional fees that you need to be aware of. The policy, what is the payment policy, what is the cancellation policy, postponement policy. So you need to make sure that you consider all of these, ask these questions when you visit the venue, so you have that information at hand if it's right for you. And if it's not, then you know you move to your other options. And actually my final point for today for you is lighting. Lighting is very important for your venue. It can make or break your wedding reception. Ensure you visit the venue, perhaps maybe in an evening time, or if they're hosting an event, go there and see what it's like in the evening. How does it look? Does it look too dark for you? Do you think you're going to need more up lighting, for the walls and beautiful draping to make it look very romantic? So lighting is key. It is key. It can make or break your wedding, darlings and gents. So do consider that because it's very important. So the lighting for where your cake is standing, your dance floor, are you going to be using candles on the tables if it's like a very dark place? Are you going to use uplighting? Are you going to hire a production team to really transform that venue for you to give you the lighting that you want at your wedding? So these are my tips for you today on what the factors you need to consider when you're choosing your wedding venue. If you find these tips useful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and comment below any additional advice that you're thinking or you are considering that you think is important to you in your wedding. Comment below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Until then, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.